this time around, we're going to try something different. And rather than just like listing trigger warnings for you guys, we're going to put them in the show notes. So if you are one of those people who wants to, keep an eye out for any trigger warnings, we will put those in the show notes instead of trying to list them here. I'm of the opinion that if you were able to watch the episode and get through it okay, you should be able to listen to our discussion and get through it okay. I don't know why there would be much of a difference. Yeah, we will list those in the show notes for you.
I yelled one time and Camille takes away my job. Damn.
Don't worry, you can still spend your time editing.
Speak in a normal volume next time.
Welcome to the PITT CREW. I'm Camille, your attending, and I have my residents with me.
I'm Mal.
I'm Robert!
Get out! Robert needs a break. Goodbye.
Why did you yell?
I thought it'd be funny.
It's like the guy in that one Vine, and he goes, "I'm a giraffe," in the background. Robert's sliding past the hospital room door. I'm Robert. Mal, do you want to present today's patient to us?
I sure do. Today's patient presents with a terminal case of disaster lesbianism because just everything that happens between Santos and Garcia and just Santos in general is giving disaster lesbian, and
whatever happens.
The amount of times that when Mac and I were watching this show, we were just like, yeah, it's unethical. And we're also happy that there isn't unnecessary hospital sex or whatever. But also, Santos and Garcia can just empty room. No one's going to care.
No. I know I mentioned this last week, I think. But
no unnecessary hospital sex unless it's gay.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad there's none of that at all in this show. I like the tension. I don't want to see anything. It's nice to have a break from that.
I want season 2 to start with gratuitous flirting.
Oh, okay. Thank God. That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, I thought you were going to finish that with a different word.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, today we are covering episode 6, 12 p.m., and we are renaming it So Long, Fellow Losers. The PITT CREW podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. It's edited by...
I think what I'm going to do is the second you say "So Long, Fellow Losers," I'm going to start playing the outro, and then I'm going to do like a...
Yes. No, at the very end, it cuts right back to the beginning. I don't know, Mercury's in Gatorade. We can blame that,
It's like Memento. This podcast is actually a very thoughtful piece, like on time travel or whatever. I've never seen Memento, but
Groundhog Day. Here
that
we go
I've
again.
seen.
Doctor Who. I know time travel media.
Back to the Future. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventurer. What the fuck?
Adventurer. Well, we'll get into this episode, but for now. So we come in right back into this massive blow up between Christy, Lynette, and Eloise Wheeler. And I'm just hit with this massive sadness while I think about this argument, because she says this is what you had in mind for your fun weekend with your aunt. And her aunt is standing up for her and protecting her in a way that her mother is not. Mm-hmm. And I just get really emotional when I think about it, because there are so many girls out there who don't have someone like this to protect them. Mm. And also, I get emotional seeing teenage girls be protected like this.
Yes.
And it means a lot to get to see that on a screen, rather than have it be something that's cut away from or implied or whatever. But to see in an argument one adult defending a teenager to another adult and standing up for them and their rights is emotional for me. I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
So Robbie diffuses the situation as best he can, splits them up, basically, leaves mom and daughter to talk, takes the aunt with him.
Says he'll buy her a coffee, which is very nice. Yeah. But also I'm wondering, does he have to buy coffee at the hospital?
I know, he's like jittering, like, I can buy you a coffee, it's really good.
Scratching his arms, I don't need another cup, but if we're going, I'll get one. The pit runs on Duncan. I mean, isn't there a coffee machine in the break room?
Yes.
Yeah, that's more what I was thinking. It was like, is he making a joke when he says he's going to buy her a coffee? Like, he's just going to go make her a...
No, because there's a cafeteria as well. The coffee pot is for the staff. There's a cafeteria as well. We see it later when it's empty and not being used as a cafeteria, but
We love nothing more than overpriced shit coffee,
yeah, absolutely, especially in a hospital.
especially in a
Best place for it, you
hospital.
know? So Langdon is looking over all of the bets, and we can see that he has placed a bet on junkie meth heads, and he wants to buy Abby a Birkin for her birthday. And it's so clear that this man knows absolutely nothing about Birkins.
Because didn't Collins only get like $800 or something from
800,
her?
I think it's like 700 or 800, and he says they'll send her the rest on Zelle. But it's like, okay, one, you can't just buy a Birkin. You have to be invited by
Holy
Hermes
shit.
to buy a Birkin. Yeah.
Oh, that part I didn't know. I just knew they were like thousands of dollars.
Yes.
Yeah. Each one is handmade, the process taking several hours and involving a single artisan. The price ranges entry level models starting around $10,000
Oh
and
my
more
God.
expensive versions reaching well over 100,000.
Mhm.
What the fuck?
So you can't walk into Hermes and buy a Birkin. You have to be invited by Hermes to buy one. So you could go into a store and be shopping, but then a sales representative has to be like, we would like to offer you a Birkin, and you don't get to choose your Birkin. They choose it for you. They offer you the Birkin. Yeah.
Okay, I also know nothing about Birkins. This is crazy.
This is kind of like how those like fancy end sushi places are all about the chef choosing what he's going to make for you. And like, listen, much respect to the craft. I clearly you know what you're doing since you're a well-esteemed sushi chef. I like choosing the food I eat because if I don't like what you give me, I'm going to
Yeah.
feel bad.
Yeah, well, it's Birkin, so.
Are there ugly Birkins?
Yeah, I'm
Subjectively, there has
Googling
to be.
ugly
We're
Birkins.
just Googling ugly Birkins. Hell yeah.
Well, like, honestly, okay, they look very similar, okay? Well, okay, so here's the lore of Birkin.
$23,000 for a pink Birkin. Good God.
Well, so Birkin was actually invented to be like a utility tote. You were supposed to be able to carry your whole life in it. And now somehow they've become like a luxury item. If you look up the creator of Birkin with her original Birkin, which just sold for like 18 million, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. This is in the past week or so. Hold on. Just Jane Birkin's original Hermes bag, scuffed and all, sells for $10 million.
What the
Oh my
fuck?
gosh.
Yeah.
I've recently gotten into recollecting Pokemon cards again, and sometimes I'll watch videos of people opening them, and it'll be like, "Oh, this card by itself is worth like $3,000." I'm like, "It's a fucking Pokemon card."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like these things don't have value beyond the value that we have given them, like culturally, which
I just shared a picture with you guys. That is the original Birkin. See, she put like
Oh, that's cute.
stickers and stuff on it, and that's the original Birkin. It was a utility bag. Like that's what it was made for. You're supposed to carry your whole life in that bag. So
That's a cute bag though. I like it.
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, I love a Birkin.
Would I pay 10 grand for that minimum? Fuck no.
10 million. That's the bag that sold for 10 million.
Oh well, this is like the original, but like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the newer versions, the bare minimum base model is
Right.
10,000. I'm like, damn.
But I will say, as someone who owns a Versace bag, like, which is
Ooh.
nowhere near, but like my Versace is like my prized possession.
Walmart has a Birkin dupe for $78. That's a little more in my price range.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do fake bags.
Even then, $78 is like, I mean, yeah, I could spend it right now,
Yeah.
but then I'd be eating ramen for like the rest of the week.
All of my bags are designer.
I'm very partial to my bagoo. It's not a cute bag, but it is very functional. I can fit a lot of things in my bag.
I'm very fond of the cheap backpack I bought like 15 years ago. That still works well. Thank you, cheap backpack, for existing.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the lore of Birkin.
Thank you. I love you. I forgive you. Please forgive me. To the backpack.
I don't think there's any forgiveness to beg for.
There's no way winning this bet would get him anywhere near getting a Birkin.
Yeah. TLDR. It's wild that you have to be invited. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't be like, I want to buy a Birkin. That doesn't work. I want to explain the divorced Langdon joke that I've had people reach out to me and be like, "I don't understand, why do people always talk about Langdon being divorced?" And I'm like, "Because our theory is that he's gonna be divorced by season 2. We are rapidly watching the ups and downs of his relationship."
No, the fact that he
So
doesn't seem to grasp that his wife needs a vacation, because I can't remember if that's this episode or the
it
next
is,
one,
it's
but
right here, yeah.
yeah, like Dana's like, you need to send your wife on vacation.
Without you. The beginning of that where she's like, "Send your wife on a vacation without without you, without the kids, without a damn puppy." And he says, "Are you mean to everyone or just me?" And she's like, "Just you."
Yeah.
And I love that relationship. But yeah, basically, that's the joke. That's the divorced Langdon joke. There's actually also a comment, I think it's from Collins in the script, like the original episode 1 script about like, "It's a wonder you're not divorced yet." So, anyway, which came we didn't see that until after the joke had like come to life and like grown legs, and so it was funny to be like, "Oh, we picked up on it."
Colin sees it too.
Yep. So we get this contrast of Langdon with Santos and then Langdon with Whitaker. With Santos, he's very matter of fact. The vibes are not good.
Mm.
She is off put by him. Her answers are clipped and short. But then when Whitaker comes up, he's commending him for saving his life, telling him he did a good job, boosting his confidence. And then I love when Whitaker, because this is something I don't even want to say I would do because I've definitely done this at work, is when someone says, or Whitaker says, "I guess you're right." And he says, "Yeah, I usually am." I've done that so many times. I'm not even gonna lie.
While it's true that he does know a lot, he's not like a perfect doctor. I mean, I also think it's just he's like getting a little stippy, so maybe he's like wearing off of whatever he took. You know whatever IV drug he took a shot of.
Get the shaker. Someone get the shaker and some ice in a strainer, please.
You know, it didn't work effectively because he drank it instead of injecting it.
Oh my god. Yeah, the vibes are just not good here
Yeah.
with Santos, but then with Whitaker they are. He is being encouraging and complimenting Whitaker. We cut to chairs and we get to see 2 of our upcoming patients. One of them we're not going to see for at least a few more episodes, but it's Piper. She's the suspected trafficking victim.
Mm.
And then we also see Terrence, who is the autistic patient with the everted ankle that we will see later next episode. Robbie tries to hide from Gloria, and who we find out is Dr. Tracy Morris. I love that he knocks on the door to like admissions or whatever, and they're like, "What do you need, Robbie?" And he goes, "Escaping." But he gets caught. She is, I think she's the regional director of ECQ America. That is off the top of my head. I can't remember if that's actually correct. I might be totally wrong.
That feels right to me.
They're looking to purchase and privatize the ER. And the reason it takes me hours to watch these episodes when I'm preparing for podcasting is because I start like I pause all the time and I start Googling things. And so I was looking at, there was a Stanford study, and it was called The Impact of Privatization Evidence from the Hospital Sector. And they looked at 258 hospital privatizations during the 2000 to 2018 period. Private operators increased profitability through a reduction in employment and an increase in the mean revenue per patient. The latter was
Mm.
achieved by cream skimming more profitable patients and services, as well as by increasing prices. However, they detected an increase in mortality rates among elderly, aged 65 and up patients, which suggested a decline in care quality. They also found a decrease in aggregate admissions of low income patients at the market level and an increase in mortality among the near elderly, which is ages 55 to 64, particularly in low income markets. And overall, they estimated that 258 hospital privatizations led to approximately 920 additional deaths per year and $694 million in annual savings for local governments by the end of the study. So, all that to say, the local governments saved a bunch of money because they privatized healthcare and approximately 920 more people died
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't want to admit low-income people because they weren't going to be able to pay for their care. They didn't pay as much attention or do as much for low-income or older folks. So basically, they were like, creme de la creme patients, we'll take those, and the rest of them, screw them.
Yeah, which
So
is terrible.
privatization of healthcare is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the privatization of a lot of things that are like necessary to being a human person and surviving is bad.
Yeah. I have a lot of very strong personal feelings about the privatization of essential government services
Mm-hmm.
because I think people think the more government services you have, the bigger government, and that's not necessarily true. I think they're getting the two things conflated, and like
Hmm.
our government exists to serve the people and
Yeah.
should be providing these things to us. It doesn't make it big government when like the term big government means they've got their hands in everything, right? Like that's what
Right.
people are getting at when they say big government. However, now they're conflating that with lots of government services. And
Mm.
it's not necessary, those aren't equal. You can't compare those two things because that's not the same.
And like, if I'm going to be paying taxes, I would rather know that that money is number one, doing good, but then also doing things that benefit me. Like, I want
Mhm.
that money to go to the schools that I attended. Like, I want that money to go to PBS, which makes great shows. Like,
Mhm.
my childhood, like, I was raised on PBS, and that the defunding of PBS is like, makes me so mad. Because, like, how are you going to say that you're pro life and then cut literally everything that benefits children in this country? I'm just
Medicaid
wondering.
and Medicare.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Big beautiful sack of shit. Anyway, so Robbie tries to win his little dick measuring competition with Dr. Tracy Morris by asking if she went to business school or medical school, and she absolutely dunks on him by saying both.
Is that a dunk?
Yes. Because he was like,
Eh,
"Watch, she's gonna say business school," and I'd be like, well, I'm a doctor," and she's like, "I went to both."
Yeah, that's the thing that's just increasing because like boards and like head of boards used to be like run by doctors in hospitals trying to
Mhm.
prioritize patient needs, and then slowly but surely that shifted to people with business degrees who now try to
Mhm.
prioritize profits of the hospital.
profits.
Hey,
Mhm.
so fun fact that I learned from this account called the Pit Details. Dr. Morris is the only character who mispronounces Dr. Rabinovich in the entire show. And
Yep.
according to the Pit Details, this awesome account, it could be interpreted and possibly seen as a sign of disrespect because Gloria did introduce him as Dr. Rabinovich.
Yeah. She says Robinovich.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. I posted it and I said, I was talking about that, about how it's, and I thought about it again today. I was watching this episode and thinking she's so stats oriented and she reads a lot. Like I'm sure she has to read a lot of stuff, a lot of material for all of this. And so like it could be, oh, she's just read his name and never heard it out loud, but she has heard it out loud and she
Mm.
Right.
still mispronounces it. She's the only character in the entire show to mispronounce it. And I posted that and some people were like, actually it's closer to the proper pronunciation. And I was like, well, one, the proper pronunciation of someone's name is the way that they say it.
Right.
Okay. And two, the actress who played that character actually shared that reel. And I think I want to say Noah Wiley liked it. I want to say, or maybe he liked that he'd been tagged in it. I don't know. There's a difference on Instagram. It's annoying, but just it's fine.
Okay, flex.
Wait a minute, you're the Pit Details?
Surprise!
Yeah. No, because like I support a queen who learned new words from reading and mispronounces them because I myself am that queen. I often am mispronouncing things, and then people are like, "What are you saying?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I read it in a book." And then so like I get it, but then when someone has introduced someone to you verbally, like
It's a microaggression kind of a thing.
yeah, it's no longer because like the fastest way I think to show that you do not care about someone is to mispronounce their name when you have been told like
Yeah.
how to properly say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another thought that I have is I'm like, as a woman, yas, queen, like, dunk on him. You have both degrees, but then, like, bitch,
Yeah.
she's trying to privatize this hospital. There's nothing good
Like,
about this woman.
it's a little bit of a slay, but we wish she wasn't slaying,
Yeah.
essentially.
Mhm.
We love women in STEM, but also, women in STEM is currently the villain.
So I personally think that Gloria, as she's discussing this with Robbie later, she's explaining to him that she needs him to care about patient satisfaction. And I kind of think she's looking out for him as best she can while still doing her job and being like the head bitch in charge.
Yeah.
She has
I
to worry
still
about
hate
this.
her.
Doesn't, yeah. She doesn't get the option of understanding fully and like being like, you're right. She doesn't get that because that's not her job. To do her job well, she has to fight both sides. And I think that we potentially miss out because we see her playing, not playing devil's advocate, but like arguing the other side when she's talking to Robbie. And I almost wonder when she's talking to other hospital administrators if she's arguing Robbie's case. I kind of could imagine that she's like, depending on her audience, is on the
Right.
other side, you know?
Right.
Keeping that balance. I see her as a lawful neutral. So Dana interrupts this conversation between Robbie and Gloria, offers Gloria a mint, which is I just think is amusing.
Is that
Again,
low key a burn of like, here's a mint, your breath
you
stinks?
smell that. I didn't think about it that way. Collins has won the entire pool in their catchment, Crash, and they were frat boys. So this ambulance, these people are on the way.
Collins knows all.
Yeah, and I love the interaction between the med techs and security.
The way they said the rich get richer, I was like, so true, Kings.
So true.
No, the way he's like, what does he say? He's like, I knew it was gonna be that. And he's like, then why didn't you bet that? He's like, I'm not trying to manifest that. And then
Yeah.
he's like, you need to practice more gratitude. And he says, I'd be a lot more grateful if my paycheck was bigger. I looked up the average salary for like a medical assistant in Pittsburgh, and it's only $20.
My gosh.
The way that you're phrasing it, both how you just said it and in the document, makes it sound like they only make $20 a year.
Yeah, you just have $20.
It's at Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
They hire you, they hand you a crisp 20, and they're like, that's it. Get to
That's
work.
all you get.
Sniff it. Take a good whiff of that money. That's all you're getting. Mel not so smoothly tries to avoid this like very difficult confrontation that should happen with Ginger.
It kind of hurts because Ginger is
Yeah.
like, she's like perking her head up to be like, I have a question. And Mel just
Yeah.
just,
Mhm. Yeah.
shields herself from Ginger and like walks away. And it's like, damn, okay.
Yeah. I've done that a lot though, just kind of like duck and cover.
Oh, I'm
No.
busy
Just
because
like
I don't want to
roll
talk.
out of the way.
Yeah,
Tumbleweed down the
that's me when
hallway.
I see anyone from work out in public. I'm like, oh, I'm really busy doing whatever it is I'm doing. I do not talk.
But Mel feels bad because she doesn't have all the answers for Ginger, and so she doesn't know
Yeah.
what to say, and she's not ready for the emotion of that, and so she's trying to protect herself in a way that is inadvertently hurting Ginger, and it's just really sad. But Perla suggests talking to Kiara just in case this is like abandonment. And incoming is Silas Dunn. He fell off of a ladder in his house, and his wife called 911.
We have received an email from a listener who wants us to go more into detail about this, but we'll go into more detail next episode when it's like
Mhm.
brought up and more
Yeah.
relevant.
Yeah. And I just want to like ensure everybody that we are going to discuss it with care and with facts. I have so many screenshots and facts
Santos should have killed him.
and thoughts. Oh, well, we'll get there. So they are doing like their intake, and why the fuck is Garcia asking for Santos's sign?
Disaster lesbians. Disaster lesbians.
For a third week in a row, homophobic dog, I know what you are.
Exactly. Exactly.
So I looked up our signs. Mal is a Pisces. So that means she's empathetic, creative, intuitive, and compassionate, which I thought
So
was super
true.
accurate. Yeah. Robert is a car. He's a Taurus. Determined, resilient, reliable, loyal, patient, friendly. And I was like, oh my God, these are all hitting like exactly.
Yes, that's Robert.
I was literally Googling like Pisces traits, Taurus traits, and then I Googled Virgo traits for myself. And I'm going to read you what it said. Perfectionist, analytical, compulsively picky, judgmental, difficult to love. And I was like, what the fuck? So
Not
then
one of those is positive.
I tried changing the wording on my search and it was like, oh, okay. And then the first word that came up said fussy.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible.
What do they have against Virgos?
I will say perfectionist, analytical, and maybe compulsively picky are right on the money.
Yes.
Listeners, for those who want a little sneak peek behind the curtain, I edit a first draft of each episode and then I put it in a drive for Mal and Camille to listen to and to give notes about what to remove or what to change so that we can have a fresh, good episode ready for you every Friday. The first notes that Camille gave me for the first episode were like a page long.
No, that's because it was like 2 hours long.
I looked it up, and there are some good ones. Hardworking, attention to detail, disciplined, patient, like easily annoyed.
All I'm hearing is Camille didn't Google the words good Virgo traits.
I will say a lot of them are fussy, overthink a lot, stubborn, pessimistic. Google is not a fan.
Creative.
Now I'm like, did you just pick the good ones for...
No.
No, because if you look up Taurus, I've seen this always for Taurus, like a determined, resilient, whatever, good friend, blah blah blah. Like that's always the same shit for
romantic was one of them for Taurus.
Oh yeah, Pisces.
Sensible.
The only real negative ones are moody and lazy.
Sassy, moody, nasty.
And I would say both are accurate. So
I'm loyal. That's true.
Negative traits of Taurus. Let's see: stubborn, possessive, extremely aggressive, materialistic. Clingy, jealous, lazy, controlling, obsessed with self-image. We're moving the fuck on.
No, wait. What was aggressive? Because we got a spam bot message on the PITT CREW podcast Instagram this week. And immediately we got a text from Robert that said, "Can I tell this account to go kill themselves?" And we both said no.
To be fair, I said not in those words.
It's a spam bot account. I don't care about its feelings. It's a spam bot account. I don't care about its feelings. So hey, gay is happening. Dr. Robbie is like, calm the gay down.
Gay is happening.
Yeah, gay is happening.
He's like, not to be homophobic, but like, we're at work.
I know what you are. I don't know what are the other variants.
I hope it's just a phase.
Yeah, that.
This wasn't in the Bible.
Oh my god.
I've heard about people like you.
Bit fruity. Yeah, I've heard about people like you.
Camille, you didn't know that this fucking meme existed prior to like 2 episodes ago, and now you're referencing the other variants. Like, what the fuck?
It's because I looked them all up and I made a collage.
It just isn't natural is another one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Why do you have them saved on your phone?
I have 4 of them. Let's hope it's just a phase. It just isn't natural. I know what you are, and bit fruity.
Bit fruity. That's what Dr. Robbie was
fruity,
like. Bit fruity.
Yeah. No, because why are you asking her sign right now? This is not the time.
No, literally, what the hell? The timing is bad.
The timing is bad. We then cut to the frat boys coming in. Langdon goes to the first one. He's like, "Are you hurting anywhere?" And Zach doesn't answer. He's like, "Where's his pledge?" Speaking of fruity, did anyone get the vibe between Zach?
Bit of gay vibe.
A little bit of a vibe between Zach and what's his fuck, the other guy, the other
Cody?
guy, the other kid.
No, I don't
Cody.
know.
Yeah, that's maybe.
No, I'm kidding.
Listen, if there is a gay vibe that is able to be read from a situation, I'm picking it up. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think that it was a bit fruity.
Yeah, Langdon shifts to the more serious patient. Whether this is because he needs more attention or because it's more fun case can be debated. It's probably both. His clavicle is pressed into his trachea, and Colin says to draw a rainbow. We've heard this before. This is a litany of tests. Camille, you looked into this. What does a rainbow mean?
So I did some looking. It's like vials for blood tests are color coded. So you draw a rainbow. You draw all the different vials just in case you'll need them. They use it in emergency departments most normally, you know. And somebody on Reddit said that their doctors like to run more tests, like as they get more info or have more hypotheses. So that's why I was kind of looking for, firsthand experience with these things. And so already having that blood drawn is helpful. So they draw a rainbow. Apparently, it's actually kind of controversial because it happens mostly in emergency departments. And some studies suggest that it's actually a waste of blood. But emergency department staff tend to find them valuable, even if like the stats don't match that. Like their idea tends to be like, oh, it's helpful to have.
I can't wait for the next time I go to the emergency department. I'm like, don't waste my fucking blood.
Don't draw my rainbow, bitch.
You need like red and blue at most, maybe purple. I'll give you purple if you really ask nicely.
Keep the blood inside of me.
That's where I would like it to be, because if it's not, I will die.
Yeah.
That makes me think of the moment from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's like, the doctor said all the bleeding was internal. That's where the blood is supposed to be.
Is it violacious though?
No, I don't think so.
I like that the doctors on the show don't describe like anesthetic injections as like a little pressure or a little pinch or anything like that. They say it's a pinprick and a big burn, because that's another thing that we hear multiple times is that they're like,
No,
it's
I
gonna
need you
hurt.
to lie to me. I really need you to lie to me.
Is that lying? What? No. Every time I've received like a fucking anesthetic injection, that's exactly what it felt like. Pinprick and a burn.
I'm just saying I need them to know. I need them to be like, it's nothing. Like, this is not going to hurt. It's whatever. And then I would rather it be worse than they told me, because okay, one time in the 6th grade, I had like I got a blister from a pair of flip flops at a water park, and it got so infected, and so I had to get a shot in my hip. And the nurse who
Was it
giving me the shot,
steroids?
I don't know what it was, but
It
the
wasn't
nurse.
sterile. They like rubbed it in dirt before giving it to you.
No, she said, was it steroids?
Oh, I thought she said sterile.
Or it was like antibiotics or something.
Spit shined it first.
The nurse was like, oh yeah, this is gonna hurt. And so me, who is already like kind of scared of shots, I had an absolute meltdown because I was like, it's gonna hurt. Like, I need you to tell me it's gonna be fine. And like, the shot didn't even hurt that bad because I just work it up so much in my head. Like, I need you to tell me it's not bad, and then it won't, you know?
See, I will say steroid shots hurt like a mother. I get them for my back occasionally, and like the muscle around where they injected for days hurts. It sucks.
I've talked on this podcast about how the one and only injection that went wrong was my second COVID shot, where they pulled it out, blood came, and the nurse was like, "Oh, you're a bleeder. That's never happened before." I'm like, "Yeah,
Like,
because the last nurse did it correctly."
It's not supposed to be injected into a vein. Jesus. I also am just reminded of how brutal medicine is. And like we get to see that with this clavicular reduction.
Oh my gosh, the way that they grab
it,
it.
and then he literally just like is putting all of his strength into popping this thing back at
like, no, it was the little grabber ends going into the skin and it's starting to bleed. I was like,
kind of hot
but
though.
but also like breathing obviously is the more important thing there. But I was like, oh my gosh, the doctors. Like, what about your oath to do no harm? You are harming. You are harm.
One can say when this scene was being filmed, Patrick was playing ball, and dude was about to look at his fucking face. Mans was struggling.
Yeah.
About to pop a fucking artery or something.
The next trauma room open for him.
If we ever somehow get Patrick Ball on this podcast, we got to be like, hey, so like, what were you actually pulling on?
That's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
How do you do that kind of stuff? Robbie is now walking into an exam room. He doesn't knock. He doesn't observe first. Nothing. He just walks in, and this woman's butt is out, which is like, personally, so like, one, this is a very comedic scene. Two, I'm sitting here like, Robbie, what the hell?
Yeah.
Her ass is out. And you just opened the door and walked in, and then we're like, oh, you should know better.
We only see this patient the once. Like, we see her lumpy ass, and then we don't get any conclusion to this arc. Like, we don't see what happens with the silicone caulk butt injection. Like, it's such a wild thing to just kind of give us and then do not. Like, how do you fix that?
Do you dissolve it?
Can you?
Clearly what happens is that the camera cut before we heard Dr. Rabinovich be like, ass too fat, it's fatal.
Somebody get a straw. We're gonna have to.
Just suck the caulk out.
We're sucking the cock out of the butt. Oh God.
I wish people listening could see how red and sweaty I am right now.
from sucking cock out of butt. We're a mature podcast. Trust us.
Serious podcast.
I don't know how much of this is gonna make it to the final cut, but
No, you gotta really lean into that L pronunciation when you say caulk.
Caulk. No, it's cock. We then cut to Dana like coming up and be like, "Oh, see, Dr. Abbott, we do have patients that appreciate you." As he's looking at Myrna being wheeled behind her, and she's flipping him off.
I love it.
That's the purest form of love, flipping off your friends.
And we're going to round. We have a little catch up. Javati is back from triage. Santos is making fun of Whitaker's scrubs. McKay
Show off
is explaining,
those ankles, Huckleberry.
Hey, and
this is a professional workplace. Put those ankles away.
But you also get, if you watch Mel in the background after she makes this comment, Mel literally like leans down to look at his ankles.
That's right. We gotta ship Mel and I can't even finish that. No.
Melliker. So
Okay.
McKay is explaining they don't really have time for lunch. You should just carry protein bars with you, stuff like that. Collins and Langdon are having this aside where Collins is saying that the charting, the hospital won't admit it, but the charting is more about profit than it is about, patient care, basically.
Yeah, because, you got to keep track of all the tests you ran so that you can charge people for them.
Javati's mom comes down for a consult, and she says she has a hot appy, which is appendicitis. Just so you know, I looked it up.
I did not even make that connection.
I was like, a hot toddy? What?
Yeah, they like walk in and it's appendicitis. Like they say that. I was like, hot appy.
God,
I don't know what that means.
I
was just thinking about like the babyfication that Gen Z does, and I'm like, oh, appy juice, yeah. Hey, I was right. So 75% success rate without surgery and just antibiotics for appendicitis. I was not a part of that 75%. My bitch ass got it removed. They tried antibiotics for like 4 or 5 hours or whatever. They admitted to me overnight. And then at like 2 a.m, the doctor came in being like, yeah, we're setting you up for surgery. It ain't working. Sorry, pal. I'm like, I don't care. I missed one of my finals in high school because of it.
Oh,
Ripped.
And clearly that really affected the trajectory of your future because now you've applied instead of a real job. No, just kidding. We all have real jobs.
My note here is maybe Javati learned bad boundaries from her mom, because why the hell is her mom calling her honey in front of colleagues and a patient? It is so disrespectful.
Yeah, I hated that. And I mean, I think Javati knew going into the interaction that that's what it was going to be, because she was like, I don't need another person associating me with my mom. Like, she knew her mom was going to be unprofessional. Mm-hmm. And that sucks.
And McKay fakes a call to get Javati out, and she can't stop laughing. And I just love her for this, because she's like, I'm so sorry. You just had the same look on your face that my son gets when I try to give his team pointers. And she's just like, she can't handle it. She's just laughing so much, and I love it. It brings me joy.
I love the way that Javati is like frantically flipping through her notebook to look for this made up patient, because she's like, who is this? And McKay's like, I made her up.
It's so great. And like, I love what this shows us about McKay is that she can go from being really annoyed and pissed to immediately like, I still got your back. You're good. But I also just love the way she says, I can't resist a hot appy.
Okay, so Santos is going to get to do her chest tube, which of course she's very thrilled about, because she's been asking to do this for like, 3-4 episodes now?
This is for Silas Dunn, right?
Yes. We're back to Silas Dunn. And so she's going to do her chest tube and picks up on that he's got a lot of breast tissue, which will come up later. And so, as she's doing her long-awaited chest tube, she drops the scalpel into Garcia's foot. Disaster lesbian.
Lesbian penetration in my car? Well, more likely than you think.
In my trauma room, in my Christian trauma room.
Listen, that's the next step after you ask the girl her sign.
And then you move in.
You move the scalpel into her foot. It's also like, it's crazy that Garcia keeps working with a scalpel actively in her foot. Just want to throw that out there.
Go
Girl boss.
off, bestie.
I mean, they take it out and then like patch up her foot. They like put a bandage over the shoe, I think, right?
Right? And I'm just wondering, I'm like, who did that while she was down there? It had to be like one of the nurses or something, but we don't get to see that. But Whitaker gets to take the chest tube, which is like a 1-2 punch to Santos's pride and face.
Listen, as much as I love her, I do love the humbling that she gets here. Like, I think this is important for her.
And we now get the Captain Morgan technique. It'll come back next episode, but one of the frat boys has a dislocated hip, and so they're going to reduce that dislocation. And we get a little bit of a southern accent from Langdon because he says hinge. The way he pronounces it, I don't know. I'm just like,
Southern.
ha ha ha. Patrick Ball is from one of the Carolinas, and I don't remember which one. They're both the same to me. I don't really care. But
and everyone from the Carolinas just turned this off.
Yeah. Bye, Patrick. So I also love that Langdon like mimes the Captain Morgan pose because Javati doesn't know what they're talking about, and he puts his foot up. Oh, I love it. I love this. I love how much fun she has. This is like the first time she gets to have like fun.
Yeah.
Practicing medicine, and she kind of gets to see what everybody else is on about, you know?
But also, to be fair to Javati, I don't know, like, I think I could put context clues together and figure out what they mean by the Captain Morgan pose, but I don't know that I've ever seen that bottle or, like, paid enough attention to know what that is.
And now, onto a very sad note. It's confirmed that Nick Bradley has no blood flow to his brain.
Rip.
Literally, and he cannot come back from this. Robbie takes his parents out of his room to discuss all of this with them, and I can't help but wonder if he's like doing this to separate them from the emotion that is being in the presence of Nick, or like kind of being respectful of the fact that Nick is right there, and like that would be a really hard thing to say right in front of him. And so I wonder if he's kind of giving them the grace of like, so that we're not sitting here thinking that he's listening to us or something like that. You know, that heaviness of him being right there. He separates them before he gives them this news.
Yeah, I also think, I don't know, thinking about like the people that I have lost, it's like it doesn't feel real until you like realize that they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I almost wonder if they wouldn't be able to accept it as much because like he is still right there. Like he's laying right there. Like he's not gone. He's still right there. You know, I don't know.
And this is my little, you know, ping to say, please sign up to donate your organs. You're not going to be using them. Don't sit here and think, oh, my organs aren't good. People aren't going to want them. Let them make that decision. You never know. It doesn't hurt to sign up, you know?
Yeah, if somebody wants them, please take them. I was like thinking, because I wasn't in the mood to be sad today, just how much of like a sick burn it could be when they're looking at the pictures of the brain. Like, this is what a healthy brain looks like, and this is like Nick's brain, and it's just like white on the inside. And so I'm like, that would be such a sick burn to go to somebody and be like, this is a normal brain. This is your brain. You're an idiot.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. That's even more fucked up because that's how he died.
Oh no!
I didn't even realize it.
Robbie gives Ginger some very positive attention. She's been avoided by so many people, and Robbie has this sweet moment with her, and it's really wonderful. And her giggles are just delightful.
She's like wooing and having a good time. It's really cute.
Shout out to the hair department for this frazzled look for Santos. Throughout this episode, her hair is just kind of all over the place. The face framing is framing the face. She is frazzled.
Beautiful.
She looks frazzled. Minu is in the background watching this whole entire interaction between Santos and Garcia.
I mean...
Santos? No. I was struck. That's why she tried to take him out. They were distracting. I was struck by the silver toenail polish. I haven't seen that in a long
God
time.
Yeah.
forbid a girly just has a preferred color. Like, goddamn.
We also get to see Collins. She's clearly in pain. She's not just
Yeah.
uncomfortable now, she is actively in pain. And she says to Robbie that she does say it to Robbie, right? She says a woman should only have a child if she wants to. Go off. Anyone should only have a child if they want to be clear. Any gender. Any pregnant person should only have a child if they want to.
If you're a hymen haver, you're allowed to have a
Yes.
baby whenever you want.
I also love she gets to go see this testicular torsion patient. Say that 5 times fast. And I love them.
I only know about testicular torsion because that's like a meme where you have like a wizard, like from D&D or whatever. You're like, I cast testicular torsion.
It does sound like a spell.
So I love them showing us the emotional effect of having Black doctors for Black patients. And I also think in this interaction with Collins and this woman asks how they can get Collins as their primary care physician. And Collins explains that like she only works in emergency medicine and she doesn't do private practice. And it struck me because we've just recently got the news that Tracy Ifakor is not returning for season 2. So we have seen the last of Collins. And so I wonder if this is how they could write her character out, is to say she went into private practice or something less stressful because she wants to have a baby or something like that. And I don't know, but I keep wondering if maybe like I keep thinking about this patient interaction and wondering if, because I've personally thought for a while now that she wasn't going to return for season 1 as soon as she disappeared from for season 2, because as soon as she disappeared for season 1, I was like, she's not coming back. I just had a feeling. I was surprised when they said that she was going to return for season 2, and I was like, oh, great, okay. But then we got the news that she's not. And I wasn't surprised by that because I've thought about this scene so much and this patient and just thought she could go into private practice, like family medicine
Right.
or internal medicine or something. But I don't know. Maybe she'll just move. Who knows? So they have results for the CT scan for, I think his name is Marino, Mr. Marino. Robbie, like, off to the side Robbie, like, off to the side is like, "Who's Garcia?" And Langdon's like, "What happened to Garcia? Like, what happened to your old pal?" And they're like, "Oh, nothing. Nothing. It's nothing."
I do appreciate that this is not treated like gossip and we're not
Right.
like making her look stupid in front of Langdon. Yeah, it's
Robbie has picked up on the fact that this is not a relationship that could tolerate that. And we find out this guy has worms in the brain.
Well, more specifically, he essentially has a worm larva graveyard in his brain.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're resting in peace. And Langdon is so bad. This bedside manner, Robbie's like, take this, they don't take this well, so be gentle with this one. And Langdon is so bad.
Yeah.
He can barely keep a straight face.
Yeah.
It is kind
He's-
of funny. Like
It's
nothing's
funny.
really
It is
gonna
kind of
happen.
funny.
According
But if
to
you
like,
told me I had worms in my brain, I would shoot my brain.
I
I'm sorry.
would
you don't have worms in your brain, you got dead larvae in your brain.
I think initially I would be really freaked out by worms in my brain, but then I would absolutely start making jokes about it. Because, like, me and my best friend, we call whatever media we are really into at the moment our brainworms. And so, like, whenever we're just like, I'm like, Bestie, the brainworms are strong today. I spent 4 hours on Tumblr just looking at fan art. Like, so I would be like, oh, the literal brainworms in my brain want me to consume more media.
The worms in this context, it just makes me think of the song Dr. Worm. Have you heard that?
No.
Hello,
No.
I'm Dr. Worm. I'm not a
Oh, yes,
real
yes, yes,
doctor,
yes,
but
yes.
I am a real worm. I am an actual worm. I
What is
live
this?
like a worm. I like to play the drums.
All I know is if you told me that I have worms in my brain, I'm going fully for the bit, and I'm going as RFK Jr. for Halloween.
I'm gonna start doing the worm down the hallway. Robbie interacts with Javati here, and he's asking while she's charting like what she's writing, and she's saying, "Oh, it was this," and he says, "Well, did you rule out this, this, and this?" And she's like, "Yes, I did," and he's like, "Put that in your notes." And I feel so conflicted about this because one, health insurance is a scam, and so like I don't support this, but also in a troubleshooting world, again, me being an IT person, your notes are so goddamn important. Like, if somebody else needs to step in for you, they need to know what you've ruled out too.
Yeah.
Not just what you did and what worked. We need to know
Right.
what didn't work and what you ruled out. And so I'm very conflicted because I'm like, I wish there were a difference between like patient care notes and then notes that insurance is going to get to see, you know? McKay checks in about David again. Robbie doesn't want her to call him incel kid or to call Teresa incel kid's mom. And Robbie says, quote, "I'm not ready to ruin a kid's life over a thought crime." I am.
100%.
Well,
I
because
am.
it goes a little beyond thoughts when you have made a list.
Yeah.
Mhm. And you won't talk about it and you're running away from people and nobody can get in touch
Right.
with you and you've skipped school.
That's one of the things about being human is that you will just have thoughts. And then if you're a person of sound mind and like you're a good person or whatever, you're like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from? I'm not gonna
Right.
do that. But
Yeah.
it's 100% different if like you're writing out like, oh, I want to hurt these girls. I'm gonna write their fucking names out. That's
Mhm.
weird, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not okay.
And
Yeah.
if you are someone who is scared by these thoughts and like wants help, even if you've made the list, like he was offered help and he ran. And
Yeah.
the running makes it seem like he's going to do something. Even if it's just that he's scared he's going to be in trouble and that's, why he's running, it's still suspicious and I think you need to treat it like people are actively in danger because this kid is on the loose.
Running is always going to make things worse.
I want to say 100% that I take this seriously in like generalized context, and if like this happened in real life, I would not make jokes about it. However, knowing that it's a TV show, every time this fucker was on screen or was talked about, me and Mac would just like phone me like, "Oh my god, mom, you just don't understand. I'm in so much pain. You'll never get me. No one understands." And it's like, God,
Yeah.
the perils of being an 18-year-old. Fuck
Oh
off.
yeah.
And that it really bothers me a lot when I think about like I think it was the Parkland shooting when there was an uptick of people being like, "Well, people should have been friends with him. They should have been nicer to him." And I'm like, "Fuck that. I'm sorry. If you freak me out, if you're creepy, if you scare me, if I don't like you, I don't have to invite you to sit with me." Now that doesn't give me permission to be a bitch to you, but I don't have to like you. I don't have to invite you to sit with me. I don't have to be friends with you. I don't have to be friendly to you. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to look at you. That is not my responsibility.
Well, because there's a certain amount of like give and take in a relationship, Like you can't expect someone to give absolutely nothing. Like if they are
Mm,
making you uncomfortable and being creepy, like they're not like contributing to this relationship and so there's no
mm,
reason to have one. Like you you have to be willing to like change at least a little and like be not creepy to your friends. That's
yeah. Yeah.
and if you're not, then it makes sense that people don't want to be around you.
I'm like, then go to therapy, bitch. Fucking loser. I think our listeners know us well enough to know that we make a lot of jokes about this, but we also take these things really seriously because we're able to have serious discussions. But we're a group of friends and we like to make jokes. And I don't think we would ever make a joke in bad faith, you know? We're not those kinds of people. And I think our listeners hopefully know that about us is that the reason we have this podcast is because we want to discuss serious things. We also just have a really fun time while we do it, though. A random thought as I was watching this scene where it's just like cutting back and forth between characters is did you guys know that this is a single camera show? They only have one camera that they film with.
Huh, I did not.
Yeah, they don't have like multiple angles going consecutively. It's one camera. So all of this continuity and like everybody walking and like, cutting back and forth and all of that, like it is just perfectionism on behalf of the cast and crew. This is not like when there's a scene where Robbie like walks out of a room and the patients you could see from inside the room. Now he walks out and you can see them again in the background and they're doing the exact same thing like perfectly in time. That's not like they had two cameras. No, that's actually people just being that good at continuity.
Thank you, the pit details.
You're welcome. So we get to see Teresa for the first time in a couple of hours. Robbie takes credit for McKay's idea, which I'm not crazy about, especially because of the tension that comes in later between McKay and Robbie about this patient. So I don't really like, he's like, but I had a thought. And I'm like, Did you?
Did you really?
Did you?
That came across less to me as him like trying to take credit
Yes.
for McKay's idea and more
Correct.
like I
Yeah.
have the relationship with this patient and like I feel like if I bring it up like this, she will trust me. And
Mhm.
because he's presenting it as like, hey, I think this would be beneficial.
But also he was, like, so against it, though. Like, he's just so every time McKay brings it up, he's just like,
Yeah.
you know?
Which why? Get it
I don't
together,
know.
Robbie.
McKay, okay, I wanna say, people this is something I've thought about a lot. People talk about how Langdon's a bad teacher and Langdon sucks because of the way he treats Santos and blah, 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 blah. However, Robbie treats McKay the entire season the same way that Langdon treats Santos, but people don't say that shit about Robbie.
No, I agree. I think again, every teacher is not going to work for every student. And the same way that Langdon doesn't work for Santos, I think Robbie doesn't work for both Mohan and McKay, I think. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I also wonder, like, how it would have gone if McKay had been, like, the primary doctor on this case
mhm,
rather than Robbie. And, I mean, I think that takes more brain power than I kind of have at the moment, but I wonder if it would have gone better. I think we would have found David sooner or
well, and I'm thinking about the way that McKay was with oh, what was her name? The unhoused woman
Sherry.
with the bird, Sherry, thank you. Like she was so disarming in her conversation. Like she met her where she was and was so understanding. And I wonder, like, had someone probably not a woman, because it seems very much like David does not respect women, but like had there been someone who was willing to meet him where he is and like talk to him in a place that didn't come from judgment and like allowed him to get there on his own, like would things have been different?
But I also wonder, like, I think that so there's Robbie gives McKay a lot of shit about, like, the damage that she's done to David's life in the end because of the assumption that he was the shooter. But I almost wanna sit here and be like, that was you, homeboy, because if you had listened to her, the police would have been called at, what, 8:30 in the morning or something? 8 AM? So, no, actually, she wanted to handle the situation. You're the one that drug your feet, so it's actually
Yeah,
really your fault that because y'all coulda had him and known exactly what was going on before this shooting even happened if she'd had her way. So
right.
I think it's more Robbie's fault than it is McKay's fault, you know?
Yeah, I mean Robbie
So,
is definitely the one who let David get away in the first place.
boo, Robbie, boo.
I appreciate that Robbie is not some like perfect mentor. Like he is allowed to have flaws and he is allowed to screw up because he is a human person, and I think that makes him a much more interesting character. Like to see these ways that he is dropping the ball.
It's also nice to see a character intentionally screw up by the showrunners, like they do it in that way, like on purpose, rather than just like the show screwing up, which the show has done, and we will discuss next week. Tune in. um,
Oh, I'm excited.
Christy is not going to be allowed to have her abortion. And when her mom announces this, Christy froze up. Collins offers her some nausea medication, and her mom literally says, I never did meds, but sure. And I'm like, let me at her.
Cool, good
Yeah,
for you that you didn't do meds. Your daughter here may need it.
Back in my day, we
yeah,
rode our bikes uphill both ways. Like, fuck you. I don't care
Yay.
about back in your day.
How the fuck
yeah.
I
you
care
live?
about knowing the history of your day, but you having to go uphill both ways on your bicycle, maybe you should have found a better route, dumbass.
Like, isn't the point that we create a better world for those that come after us? Like, shouldn't that be the entire point, that our children and our grandchildren do not have to face the same challenges that we did? Like, I don't understand the obsession with, like, well, I had to do it the hard way. So, like, it's not fair that you don't.
Yeah, I hate that mindset. It makes me so mad.
If I suffer,
Um,
then you have to.
yeah, I just think that that mindset is literally poisoning our world.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's like, well, I paid off all my student loans and I worked hard, and so you should have to do that too. And I'm like, well, that really sucks. That's money that you could have spent on something else. And also,
Yeah.
it just doesn't even compare. When you account for inflation and the rise in cost of just higher education these days, I'm sorry, it doesn't compare. You waited tables and you paid off your student debt. Good for you. I can't do that. So screw you.
Yeah.
Now, Silas Dunn's wife and his daughter come in and talk to Santos. The daughter's name is Alana, and she wants to see her dad, but her mom will not allow it. And Santos picks up on a weird vibe here.
Yeah, because it is a weird vibe.
Yeah. Like, why would you not want... It's not even like a I don't want her to see him like this kind of a thing. It's just like something is going on that she does not.
Yeah.
Something is weird here.
Yeah. I find it funny, not funny, but also like to regulate herself. We catch up with Mel who's outside. She's looking at a lava lamp app.
She's on the stairs watching a lava lamp on her phone.
I can't talk shit because for my birthday, my boyfriend got me a lava lamp and it's like right on my bedside table. So I also too enjoy a lava lamp.
See, here's the thing. I think they're so mesmerizing to look at, but the older I get, the more aesthetic I want things to be. And so like the bright colors of a lava lamp, I'm not crazy about. Like the look of a lava lamp, not crazy about it. But I love
Camille
what's
wants
happening.
a beige lava lamp to go with her beige adult apartment.
No. I have a green velvet couch and a Persian rug with pink rose quartz side tables. Okay, I do not have a beige apartment.
Slay. Okay.
Dana gives Mel this wonderful pep talk, and she basically says, you don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes it just means enough to check in on somebody and ask them how they're doing, you know? And it's funny that she's giving this advice where, like, it's literally exactly what she's giving the advice on is happening. She's like, I don't have answers for you. I'm just checking on you because that's the best I can do right now. And it seems like what you need. Emma, the organ donation counselor, comes in.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't look forward to seeing you or whatever, something like that, right?
Which is funny to me because at work, I get that all the time. That, or I'll say it to people because they come into my office and I fix their computer and then I'm like, I hope I never see you again.
Don't take it the wrong way, but I hope you fucking
But
die.
I hope I never see you. No, stop. But I hope I never see you again, you know.
I hope you die. I hope we both die. Hand in unlovable hand.
Oh my God. So the Bradleys get to meet with Emma and they want Robbie to stay. To me, was this weird for anyone else?
No, I think, again, they have a relationship with Robbie, and he's the one that they've been talking to, and I think, I the same way that I would be like, hello, you are my friend at this party in which I don't know anyone, like, when you are in kind of what, and this, it's not the same at all, but, like, when you are in what feels like a vulnerable situation, the way I feel like when I am in social settings where I don't know people, and this family is in that they're losing their son, you know, they are far more vulnerable than I. But
well, they're not losing him; they already lost him.
They have lost their son.
He's already dead. He's already dead.
I think like you latch on to the person that you know, and so I think that's what they're doing. I think they're like we know him. We have spent all this time with him. He has been walking us through this process. Like it's only like we would just feel better if he is here for this too, instead of leaving us here with this stranger who is going to talk to us about our son's organs.
Give us your son's organs. We need them for other people's children so that they don't die. Javati gets the hot goss on Santos. Hysterical interaction. Whitaker is sassy. Javati is gag. Santos is bitchy and accuses Whitaker of killing someone. It's always kind of funny to me when the med students and interns, Santos is an intern, just like get together because like they're all the new kids on the block.
Yeah.
As it were, and they all like reconvene. I think it's a couple times this season where things have, I'm not going to say the Q word even on a fake medical show because I don't want the medical community to come at me. Even when things have, even when they're not really doing anything at that moment and all their patients are stable or whatever, and they have that moment to get together and talk, they're still like, yeah, we've been at this ship for like 5 hours and already are like 6-7 hours. We've had a lot of shit happen.
I mean, it's a hilarious scene. It's a very good scene, but I also just get so mad at Santos for accusing Whitaker of killing a patient. And I'm glad that he takes it in stride and that he knows, like, he's learned that she's lashing out. Like, he's experienced enough with her that he's like, okay, I'm not going to take this seriously.
Yeah. The killing thing is a little too far. Like, we were having a fun, lighthearted conversation, and then she's like, well, you killed someone. And I'm like, okay, you just made it not fun. So we move back to the like organ donation conversation, and Lily is not okay with the idea of organ donation. And at first I was wondering if this had something to do with them being Catholic,
Mm,
because I know for a while, and I don't think this is the case anymore. I'm not Catholic, but I have quite a bit of experience with the Catholic Church and Catholicism. My grandparents are very Catholic, and I know like my grandparents are very anti like cremation, because
mhm.
there's like, I think, a belief that like you will be reunited with your body, something to do with like
Yikes, I don't wanna
heaven.
die.
I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what the belief is, and I'm so sorry to Catholics, but I know like my grandparents are
That's
like
the first time and the last time you're ever gonna hear us say that. So
like
sorry to Catholics.
my grandparents are so anti cremation. They are like, they already have their grave plots picked out because they're like, do not cremate us, like, because this is our belief. And so I was
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
gonna be me.
wondering,
Burn me to a crisp, baby.
yeah, I'm like, I don't need my body anymore. Like, please, I don't want to take up more space than I have to, but I spent enough time taking up space. It's fine. So I was wondering if maybe it was something to do with that as well. That like, do they believe that like he's not going to go to heaven if he's not like quote unquote whole or whatever, like doesn't have all his organs, or if it's just like a, I mean, it's hard to think about like, this is your child who was alive yesterday and now is going to be kind of cut up and
Harvested.
used for parts. Yeah.
Mhm.
Damn, okay.
It's a very selfless and cool thing to do. But I did, TLDR, I did look it up, and Catholics are not anti organ donation, according to Google.
It's just such an easy way to save a life. You're not gonna need them. Like I said earlier, like, you're not gonna need them. You don't need to make the call on whether or not they're good enough. Let someone else do that. It could be used for science, it could be used for medical research, it could be used for forensic research. You could stipulate, like, what's okay and what's not, you know?
The infamous, is this a female thing? Oh god.
Langdon, I love you so much. I have such an adverse reaction to men saying the word female.
Hmm.
Oh, same.
It's a red flag.
It feels disrespectful.
It's anatomical. It's scientific. It's like I'm a human.
Whether it's like dude bros or incel, like nerdy guys, they all say it in such a weird and bad way. And it's like,
Yeah.
just like women if you're gonna be like shitty.
But I'll take it a step further and say I think it's a tricky way of also looping girls and women in together and
Mm.
trying to see them as equals when they're not by just calling them all females. Because they even I've seen or witnessed or heard grown men talking about teenage girls and calling them females. And it puts them on the same playing field as women, and they're not.
Well, and I'm also thinking like, you would call, like, you wouldn't call an animal a woman. You wouldn't be like, oh, this cow is a woman, but you'd be like, this cow is a female. And so it also almost feels like you're looping in human women with animals to
Mhm.
me.
Livestock.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he says this in the
Yeah.
context of Dana says, you know, your wife needs a break. She works hard every day. She has 2 kids under 4. She works hard every day. And he goes, "What about me?" And she goes, "What about you?" And he says, "I'm a doctor."
Dana like shares a look with Collins,
Collins.
right? Who's
And does
standing
like
there.
the mind
Yeah.
exploding, yeah.
And then
And
Like
is
it's
this a female
he's
thing?
giving high school boy
Yeah.
vibes.
And the saying like, is this a female thing, bothers me less than if he had like referred to women specifically as females, but it still like gives me a little like, ooh, weird.
And it's meant to be funny, but I genuinely just I'm like, if he had just been like, "Is this a girl thing?" That would have been fine by me. I'd have been like, "Yeah, whatever," you know?
Yeah.
Or if, "Oh, is this a lady thing?" Like, total I'm fine, whatever.
Yeah,
I'll
the
let that
word
slide.
female has just
Female.
been
Mm-mm.
co-opted by these men who want to use
Mm.
it in a negative way, and it's like, it's ruined the word.
So, Collins is gonna use her winnings to buy an expensive stroller, which is great for her. I'm
Does she
grimacing.
does she buy the stroller before?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't remember if she actually like went through with the purchase, but
Yeah.
oh.
Delivery food comes in, and Doc Adamson's sister sent it, and she does something every year. Remember, this is the first time that Robbie is there to witness it. He doesn't
Yeah.
know this. It's implied that this is like a total gut punch for him. The rest of them are kind of used to it, but he doesn't know this. And we learned that Doc Adamson died during COVID. which has been implied, but I think it's the first time anyone said it out loud. And Santos is examining Mr. Dunn again. And this time she picks up on this breast tissue and she wants to run some tests. And Robbie is like, yeah, sure. Okay, fine. And her hair is still messed up, which I love.
She's frazzled. She's been knocked down a peg and she looks it, and I appreciate it. As a Santos lover, I think she needed to be humbled.
Mel finally feels up to talking to Ginger, and she crouches down like Robbie has told her that she should. And he's also, so he's like said to sit at the bedside of a patient, get on their level. We've seen him coach her doing this in the moment, and now she crouches to get on Ginger's eye level. And I just want to say, there's like nuance is very important in all scenarios. Please, please, God, don't crouch to talk to someone in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
It's the difference if like someone is like sitting in a wheelchair and like I don't even know how to explain it really, but there's a difference between like someone using a wheelchair and a wheelchair user, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
No,
like
I'm with you.
one thing is super condescending and another is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
It's
is
giving
not. But it's also
that
like,
one
please
meme.
no.
Oh, how
You
to
know the
talk to a
meme that's
short
like how
person?
to talk to a short person, and then
Yeah.
the tall one like crouches down to talk to the short one.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, nuance is important. Please understand that it is not
Right.
appropriate to crouch down to talk to someone in a wheelchair.
So afterwards, we cut to Mel calling Becca on FaceTime. Hey!
Hey, our friend
It's our friend
Becca.
Tal.
Our friend Tal Anderson. If you haven't listened to that interview, you should go listen if you haven't already. Woo!
Whee!
She was a joy to talk to, and also her cat's very cute. So Becca is very interested in Mel and like, hey, are you coming to pick me up soon? Yeah, of course, after work. Foreshadowing. And she's also like, Mel, you need to find someone to kiss. And Mel's like, oh, I haven't been thinking about that, but yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, no. I know. It's great.
And I just want to say, if Mel needs someone to volunteer, I will. I will take one for the team.
Have we mentioned this before that Taylor Dearden has said that she think that Mel is asexual?
Asexual people can kiss.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
yeah.
but I'm just saying she's not like, yeah.
Yeah.
So like I try to keep that in mind when I think about like her and Langdon and like all this other, like there's just so much fandom stuff that happens.
Langdon
And I try to
is like 10 years older than her. No, he's not.
he is not.
They're like the
I'm gonna
same
kill
age.
you.
I keep making that joke. He just gives
Are
off
you infantilizing Mel right now?
no, I'm old Manning Langdon.
Bullshit. Is that because of his back problems? So now
Yes.
you're
Racist against people with back problems?
I believe they call that ableism.
Yeah, there you go. You're the ableist. I literally couldn't think of the word. That was as close as we could get.
I was like, I went for like the prejudice that I could think of because I couldn't think of the word ableism, and also because I was like, this will at least be funny. Okay.
Becca is like, yeah, Mel, you need someone to kiss. And she said, I'll think about it. I'll look out for it. And, we cut to Eloise Wheeler is trying to get Christy out of a locked bathroom. Christy texts her aunt from the bathroom being like, mom's being mom. Lynette is trying to advocate for Christy and pointing out that Eloise is behaving the same way their mother did. You're acting like mom/dad is never the right fucking thing to say, even if
No.
you mean it. It's
Never.
crazy.
I appreciate the way that this episode begins and ends with a fight
Mm,
from this same family. Like, we are back where we started.
we do be fighting. I want to say on the topic of like you're acting like mom, you're acting like dad. Like it's not the right thing to say. Even if it's like exactly what you mean to say, you have to find a better way of saying
Yeah.
it. Because also you have to like be introspective and think, what do I mean by that? What are they doing that makes me want to say that so that I can communicate better? It's not good communication.
It's one thing to be like, in a heated argument situation, you are throwing that in their face to hurt them, not to have a productive conversation, Like, it's one thing if you bring it up later and you're like, hey, this is exactly how mom used to treat us, and we hated this, and I don't appreciate that you're doing it too. But like, in the moment, it's not the right thing to say.
And I think it's so clear that Eloise clearly has resentment for her situation as a teenager because she's like, well, it was tough for me, so it's going to be tough for you. And then she acts like, but you were the best thing that ever happened to me. And I'm like, okay, but girl, you can't act like there's no nuance to this then. Like, you are literally walking nuance, but you're acting like, I mean, it's valid to point out, like, you're doing exactly what mom did to you that made you so angry, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, I just wish, but I mean, emotions are high, obviously. And
Right.
someone asked me a really good question. They sent me a message and they said, do we know why they came back later as opposed to Abbott helping them at the time? I don't know. Do you guys have any ideas on why? Instead of giving them the meds then, he would have. Is it because they were so short staffed?
Maybe, and also maybe because he was already dealing with like the emotions from losing that veteran, that he wasn't like
But you
super
would
there.
think he'd want to get right back into work.
I mean, maybe, but also he's more like he's in therapy and he realizes more like his limitations as opposed to Dr. Robbie, who will just be like, I'll bury myself in my work to avoid thinking about my feelings. So like I imagine that Dr. Abbott will be like, hey, I'm not I can't be of adequate help right now if I'm in my head right now. So like this is not a super serious thing. This abortion for this teenage girl, she can just come in tomorrow and it'll be fine.
That's a good point. I didn't think about why she would be coming back.
And it's not like he thought she was going to be seeing a different doctor because she was supposed to come back when he was still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So he didn't think
like,
about the fact that somebody else might do an ultrasound and be like, wait a minute.
Yeah. What is this medication? Like, what are the rules for taking it?
Mifepristone
Did she need to go
and
eat?
mifeprostol. I don't think so.
I don't know. Maybe she was initially unsure. I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, I doubt it. But we'll
I
sit
doubt
on
that
this.
too.
If anybody's listening and has an idea, you can send it to us at pitcrewpodcast@gmail.com. Ping, ping, ping. And of course, this episode ends with the shove heard round the world because Collins gets shoved.
Yep.
Which is, it's not a big shove. It's not like she gets hurt or anything, but it's also like, don't touch other people. Do not do that. That is not okay. I don't care where your emotions are. Not okay. Well, if that's all we've got for this week, then so long, fellow losers.
Wow, this is the episode that happens in.
oh my god, it's a metaphor.
The Pit Crew podcast is created and produced by us, Robert, Mal, and Camille. It's edited by Robert. You can find us on TikTok, Threads, and Instagram at Pit Crew Podcast. If you'd like to support our other projects, our socials are linked in the show notes. Our art is by Rand Pacoca. He can be found on Instagram at Rand Pacoca. All patient questions and concerns can be emailed to pitcrewpodcast@gmail.com. And this isn't a Taco Bell, but we do appreciate a 5-star rating and a review wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to schedule a follow-up appointment with a nurse before you go. See you next time.